It all started a few months ago when I met someone at work who made me feel seen in a way I hadn't felt in years. My husband, Daniel, and I had been married for 7 years. And though we loved each other deeply at one point, the spark had faded. Our conversations had turned into routine exchanges about bills, chores, and schedules. I told myself I was just lonely, that what I was doing was harmless at first, just texting a few flirty messages, but it didn't stay that way. Before I knew it, I had crossed the line from emotional connection to physical betrayal. I tried to keep the secret buried, convincing myself I could manage both lives. But guilt doesn't stay quiet for long. I noticed the way Daniel looked at me differently, how he'd ask if I was okay, how he'd study my face as if he already knew. One night he came home early and I froze. My phone was on the table, buzzing repeatedly. He didn't say a word as he picked it up and read the messages. The silence in that moment was louder than any shouting could have been. His hands were shaking, but his eyes were steady when he asked, "How long has this been going on?" I wanted to lie to make it less painful, but something in me broke. I told him everything. The words poured out messy and desperate. He didn't interrupt, didn't yell. He just listened. When I was done, he nodded slowly and said, "Thank you for being honest, but I can't do this anymore." That single sentence shattered me. I begged him to stay to let me fix what I had destroyed, but he just packed a bag and walked out. The door closed quietly behind him, and that silence has haunted me ever since. The days after he left were unbearable. I kept waiting for a message, a call, anything. I deleted the other man's number, blocked him on everything, and sat in the wreckage of my choices. The house felt too big, too cold, too empty. Every corner reminded me of the life I had thrown away for a few moments of attention. I realized too late that love isn't about excitement. It's about loyalty, about showing up, even when things feel dull or hard. Weeks passed, and eventually Daniel agreed to meet for coffee. He was polite, distant, almost like a stranger. I told him I didn't expect forgiveness, that I just wanted to apologize one more time. He said he appreciated it, but that he needed to move on. He told me he hoped I'd learn from what happened. I could see in his eyes that he still cared, but the trust was gone. And once trust breaks, it never returns the same way. Now I live with the weight of what I did. People online often talk about affairs like they're romantic or thrilling, but they never mention the aftermath. The loneliness, the regret, the self-loathing. I destroyed the one person who truly loved me. And every time I see a couple laughing together, I wonder if they know how fragile love really is. If I could go back, I'd choose honesty over excitement, loyalty over temptation. But life doesn't give you do-overs. It just leaves you to live with the story you wrote yourself.